Joe here with Danny from Hotshots, and we're at ECRM's commercial food service and campus food service sessions here in Braselton, Georgia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So Danny's been he's an alumnus from Shark Tank, and can you tell us a little bit about the origin of your company and the Shark Tank appearance, of course, and we'll get rolling from there.
Sure. I discovered this beverage category. It's a beverage business that I started while traveling to Japan. And I had jet lag, of course. It was 5 in the morning. I'm roaming the streets in Tokyo, desperate for a cup of coffee. And I was walking into each store, and I couldn't find one single pot of fresh brewed coffee. But I stood back, and I was watching everybody, all the Japanese in the morning. They were walking back to what I assumed was a refrigerator, and they were grabbing these cans out of the refrigerator. So I said, okay, I'll have a cold, an iced coffee. I reached in this machine, and all the cans were hot. And I discovered that this is the way that they consume hot coffee out of cans. And it's called, the category is called hot can coffee. And it's huge in Japan. It's a $14 billion business in Japan. And it's non-existent really anywhere else in the world.
They are a vending machine culture.
Oh,
I mean, I've been there once.
That's where it comes out of. Most of it comes out of these hot, cold vending machines.
They do everything in vending machines. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. They line the sidewalks.
Yeah.
So, of course, well, I ran back up to my room, and I saw that it was a Googled it, and I saw it was a $14 billion business, and the light bulb hit me. Why isn't anyone doing this in the United States? And so, of course, because I was naive in the industry and everything, I said, I'm going to bring this, I'm going to do this in the United States, create my own product, my own brand. And it took me about 3 years of R&D and over $1 million.
What were the challenges in
getting
putting
a
that together?
product to sit on heat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for months? And heat is the enemy of food and beverages. You put something in the refrigerator, it extends its life. Yeah. So how do you get something and to sit on constant heat and still taste good and not break down? And
not like those pots of coffee that have been sitting in a convenience store for 5 hours.
A typical pot of coffee, you're actually supposed to throw it away or replace it every 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how quickly coffee deteriorates.
So that is the challenge.
Yeah, it was a huge challenge. And went through thousands of formulations. Yeah. And we finally got it where it was stable on heat, and we knew we had a business finally. And then I had to develop these hot machines, which we call hot fridges, and it actually stores all the products hot. And so you can just reach in these hot fridges, and all the cans are hot. So you can just have a grab-and-go hot coffee, hot chocolate. We're also developing hot teas. So every hot beverage you can think of, we're creating a grab-and-go version of it out of these hot fridges.
And talk about the cans themselves. So you
sure, I mean, it's just actually a regular, typical Red Bull aluminum can. It's an 8-ounce can. But in Japan, their product is only served at about 115 degrees, which is just warm. And when I did market research here, everybody was saying it's not hot enough, not hot enough. So I increased the temperature, and you couldn't hold the can. So then I had to develop a special insulated label so that you can hold the can comfortably without burning your hand.
So I imagine you have several patents.
Yeah, so we actually have been issued 2 patents. And it encompasses everything, the machine, the label, the temperature of the coffee, the whole thing.
So talk about the machines themselves. What types, you have different sizes?
Yeah, so we have a small machine which we started with. It holds 36 cans. It's a retail unit. And then for other venues that are higher volume sales, like stadiums and concessions, we have a 72 can and 108 can unit as well.
Okay. And do you have a portable unit?
Yeah, we also have one 9-can home hot box, we call it. And we designed it specifically for homes, offices, and dorm rooms.
Or tailgating parties.
Yeah, or tailgating parties. Yeah, we actually supply a plug into the lighter. And then you can keep it. We actually have Uber drivers that are interested in it to be able to sell coffee in the cars.
So what channels are you looking for? Obviously, you're here at Campus Food Service, and you're here at our commercial food service, so restaurants.
Yeah, so with our market research, we gave out 10,000 samples in the beginning before I determined which direction to focus on, and the demographic that was most excited was college students. So obviously we're very focused on anywhere on a college campus. It works everywhere. We've done a lot of testing. We have a lot. We're in about 15 colleges now. We probably just landed another 10 during this show.
Okay.
Very successful show for us. And yeah, so anywhere, convenience stores, the stadiums, and the bookstore on campus. And then we also discovered that with little marketing, or almost no marketing, our product sells very well in places that don't want to deal with making fresh brewed coffee,
Yeah.
and they need that speed of service to pass it off. So stadiums, our best account is Cirque du Soleil. We're in all their traveling shows. Ice skating rinks, bowling alleys, you know, anybody who doesn't want to deal with it but wants to be able to offer a hot beverage. We call it plug and play coffee because all you need is an
I like
outlet,
that,
and you're in the hot beverage business.
And then, and how was the brief appearance, your appearance on Shark Tank?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Actually, I didn't even apply to be on Shark
Oh, really?
Tank. Yeah,
Okay.
the producer of Shark Tank read an article about Hotshot that was written in the Los Angeles Times newspaper,
Gotcha.
and he contacted me, and he said in 7 years he's never reached out to a food and beverage company because they get so many
Yes.
applications from food and beverage companies, but he thought it was so different and unique, and I just jumped to the short list. That year I was on, they had 50,000 applicants. They picked 100 to film, and out of those 100, only 60 made it on air, and I was one of them. So it was an
Congratulations,
unbelievable
yeah.
experience. Nerve-wracking.
Oh, I can imagine.
You know, 10 million people watch, plus 5 sharks questioning
Yeah.
you, you know. But unbelievable experience, 4,000 emails after it aired.
Oh, great.
And yeah, it's just every rerun. I know when it's a rerun, I get 300 emails when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here at our
Thank you.
session, and you've been to one of our sessions before?
Oh yeah, the first one I was at was last year in Orlando. I had been in other businesses before where I did trade shows, but I've never experienced a trade show like this before.
It's a different animal.
Yeah, totally different, and it's much more productive. You actually dedicated time. You're meeting the actual decision makers and buyers. I actually absolutely love it. I don't even want to do a regular trade show anymore. I think it's almost a waste of time. A great service. You're on, your staff is on top of everything. And yeah, they cater to all your needs. That's been the most productive meetings we've had since I launched my business. But it's also good that we came back. We're seeing a lot of these. They're seeing us here again. So when they see you back, they know that you're here and you're here to stay, and they're more willing or open to do business with you when they keep seeing you back and forth. So I was actually, you know, I was taught that by my VP of Sales, Chuck, who has done your shows before. He's actually the one who introduced me to ECRM. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't have even known you guys existed. And I'm thrilled that he introduced me. It's
Excellent.
great.
Us too. So what's next? What can we expect coming down the pike that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah, I could talk about anything. There's nothing secretive. You know, we're just really focused on. We finally got, because we only launched 18 months ago, but we finally have that proof of concept and all these channels. We're doing a lot. We have a lot of opportunities at convenience stores and things like that. So we're doing those type of testing in those stores. And once we're ready for that, we're going to start doing more retail ECRM.
I think it's
trade
perfect
show.
for convenience too.
Yeah. So, you know, it's something that's so new. It's a learning curve there, and we're sort of taking it slow.
Yeah.
It's a little unusual. Even Chuck, my VP, he says, I've never seen, and he's dealt with, he worked with Pepsi, Coke, and he's also done a lot of startups. He said that he's never seen a product where every meeting they want it.
Yeah.
Every meeting I learn something and I apply it to the next meeting and I apply it to the business moving forward.
That's what it's all about. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very
so far
much.
on all the success so far, and we look forward to seeing how it evolves in the future.
So do I.
All right. Thanks
Thanks
so
a
much.
lot.